Well, you know something? I was going to mention this later, but since you're mentioning it now, did you watch Coming to America too?
Yes, I always support my friends.
Now, the first time I watched it, I thought it was cool, but then I watched it a few more times. Well, I probably watched it about 4 times now, all the way through. And I'm going to say it's a classic.
2?
2. Coming to America 2 is a classic.
Why'd you say that?
I think that ultimately it's just a great film. It's a great film. Has standout performances.
Leslie
Jones killed it. Wesley Snipes killed it. All of the characters, and this is a spoiler alert, so if you haven't watched it, just turn this off. But all the characters from the first one were brought back so well. Randy Watson.
Except one.
Which one?
Soul Glow.
Yeah, he's not in there.
Yeah, and I tried it. But it's so funny, he defended it too. And I like that he did that. But Randy Watson.
Randy Watson did the whole We Are Family thing at the end. I thought it was such a great ending. The guys from the barber shop were great. James Earl Jones.
Arsenio did great, man. Arsenio got like 5
Arsenio killed it. The whole preacher thing. He killed it.
I might have to agree with you. At first, I was feeling some kind of way.
It's a great script. My only complaint on this film was I felt that, the prince and his wife weren't really standout characters. Like to see a Coming to America 3 starring those two, I think would be a hard sell.
But I think the reason they did that is because it was so packed.
Yeah, right.
Right, and that the prince was the subject of a very good high one night stand rape by Leslie Jones.
Right.
A man, if you want to know how a man gets raped, this is it. And and so he couldn't be because he was such an afterthought that I think the kid was funny and I think he looked good.
Yeah.
But
he held down the role, but it wasn't a standout. Like I had heard that DC Young Fly was up for that role as well.
Too big. And that would have been great.
Yeah.
But DC is the new, and I love DC. We we're in a company together. We started
really?
Yeah, I built my own platform. Well, I didn't build my own platform. I became an investor in a platform because I'm watching what you do. And like I always said, I don't want to do what you do. I want to do what you do. I want to do what YouTube and Spotify. So it's called Wave, W-E-I-V. It's View spelled backwards. You can go to ridethewave.com, W-E-I-V. And literally it's OnlyFans for celebrities. And what I mean by that is I wanted to do an OnlyFans. And my daughter's like, you can't do that. I was like, no, I can get an OnlyFans. This makes all the sense in the world. And I put the content I want on it. Well, OnlyFans, got too bad for them, became the outlet for porn, right?
Right.
This guy's, what he just give a girl, I gave her $1.3 million and she won't marry me. Like girls are making real money on that, but this is different. So thank you for letting me say that. But the Wave is my newest thing. That's all I focus on. We shoot my daughter's show every day. That comes out on April 22nd, I think it is. On my Wave channel. Like I kept thinking, where do I want to be? Where do I want to be? And I just don't want to ever be fired again.
Right.
And I got fired from Fox, and I just don't want to ever got fired from Reel's channel, BT. When they can take VH1, they say, we don't need you anymore. So I built my own network.
So you have your own platform.
I have my own platform.
Well, for example, I had Michael Jai White on here recently, and he's a good friend of Eddie Murphy's.
Yeah.
But he told me straight out he didn't think it was that great of a film. Honestly, if you love the first movie, you have to at least watch it.
Yeah.
You have to watch it.
But let me say, the first movie is one of the funniest movies ever.
Yeah.
I think Coming to America is in my top 3 funniest movies ever made.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. It's a high bar. I get it.
So yeah.
I get it. It's a high bar.
This one, I'm sorry, didn't go near there to me. Okay.
Now, I just disagree with him, but I mean, listen, we're just opinions.
It depends also what you wanted.
Yeah. Now, was it as epic as the first one? Well, no, because you're introducing all these brand new characters. So it's hard to compete with that.
And it's been 30
But
years.
It's been 30 years. And he's like nitpicking. He's like, oh, like everyone's 30 years older, but the guys at the barbershop were like 80 years old 30 years ago. They should be dead. Like, the continuity's messed up.
But that's one way of looking at it. But black people don't age.
That's right.
So
well, there's a white guy in there. Remember?
That's right.
Guy. We age like sour milk. But overall, like, I mean, I'm thinking like, like the three royal daughters, like
that was dope.
They were all great.
Eddie doing a movie with his kid was fabulous.
Yeah. Like
I don't. Then we using Rick Ross' house.
One of those were
the middle one was his daughter.
Oh.
His Bella. Yeah.
Aha.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the light skinned one with the glasses.
Oh,
that was his daughter.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her. That's
and she did a good job.
She did a good job.
Right.
All three of them I thought were great.
Right. And it was so cool to see royalty, Rick Ross. When I saw Rick Ross in the joint with a little accent, did you realize that was Rick Ross?
Of course I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he had the accent. He worked it out. I was so happy. And he got paid for them using his house.
Right. Yeah. They did the whole thing at his house. Just overall, like I'd say, like a classic movie. If you watch the first one, you have to watch the second one. But of course, everyone's going to trash it, and everyone's no, it's trash. It's horrible compared to the first one.
The camera movement was different. I think the dancing, because Fatima got involved with the dancing, that was her.
Yeah.
What's Iman Shumpert's wife's name?
Oh, Tiana Taylor.
I only did that for you, Iman. I know her name, but I just thought I'd throw in there, hey, man, about to say something nice about your wife. I've always thought she was sexy. My wife and I sat with them after they won the first championship at the ESPN, at the ESPYs, and she was sitting there. I realized her. Always been ultra fine to me. Like, I've always thought that. When she came out and did it, I was like, I can't even watch the screen any longer. Like, she was too big.
Yeah, I mean, she held it down. They brought in a lot of the old, like the girl, like the barking on one leg. They brought her back. They brought back the twins, the rapping twins. Like, just all of it, man. Great movie, great project.
My girl Monique Madden didn't come back, though.
But my girl Lunell's in it.
Yes.
She's in it.
I know.
Tracy Morgan did a great job.
Tracy Morgan had a great job playing Tracy.
Like, look, we're agreeing right now.
I had to go back with you.
Yeah.
I got my cousin, Mike Odom. I'm his favorite professional basketball player, even though he's Lamar's cousin too. He's like, I'm Team Johnson. He was like, he went into it, but right now I have to take your point. It was a wholesome movie. And we weren't ready for that.
Yeah. They even really toned it down a little bit. Because remember, there was some partial nudity. Well, there was actual nudity in the first one. The bathing. Remember, like the royal bathers in the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
That they were naked?
That was perfect looking. That's when America wasn't afraid of titties.
Right.
Now we're afraid of everything.
Yeah, had thongs. Remember, like the beauty contest, the preacher,
yeah.
The Miss Harlem, whatever.
God is cool.
Yeah. This time around, everyone is clothed and
that's it. But that was the scary part. I think them overthinking it. That's why I said I lived in a better era because you are allowed to be freer. You don't. We live in a prison state now.
Right.
Like everybody, anything you do, they go. I know there had to be cameras in there. Like we take it for granted, but it's the messed up part.